Hey gems, welcome back to the channel, Crystal Heart. My name is Crystal and today I'm going to teach y'all all about shipping. Alright y'all, before we get into this video, y'all know the routine. Hit the like button. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a video and every time I go live Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Alright, so in a previous video I asked you guys if y'all would like me to make a video about shipping and some little tips and tricks on how to not be paying too much in shipping. Now, one thing I have to say is USPS has gone up on all their shipping prices. So things are more expensive than what it used to be. When I was reselling heavily, shipping prices were cheaper than what they are now. I still resell, but I'm not shipping out nearly as much as I used to. So I kind of had to go in and refresh myself on the pricing. And that's when I realized prices have gone up a lot. But I'm still going to let you guys know how I ship. So maybe you'll learn something new here, or maybe you can give what you do that may end up making things a little cheaper in the comment section, or maybe you'll learn how to send something cheaper than what you have been doing. Because I receive packages from you guys and the price of shipping sometimes will be on the package, and I'm thinking there was a cheaper way to send this, and I feel bad that y'all didn't know that y'all could have sent this for cheaper. Like some packages I get and they're like $10 for some of the blocks, and I'm like, oh no, y'all could have sent that for like $4 or $5. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what I know about shipping. All right, first things first, everything I ship from home. I do not go into the post office and buy shipping from them. I don't go in there, and unless I have to, and that's usually for international, but not even really. Okay, so what I do is I use Pirate Ship. If you have never heard of Pirate Ship, not sponsored of course, if you have never heard of Pirate Ship, it's a website. You create an account, it's free. You create an account and then you can do shipping through there. What you will need to have though is a printer of some sort. I use a thermal printer, but that's because I do business. You can just use your regular smegular printer, or access to go print anywhere, a library, a business center, if you're in an apartment complex. And you also need some sort of scale, either a shipping scale or a food scale, something that can measure ounces, like, you know, a small scale. This is the scale that I've been using because I misplaced my regular shipping scale, but this is the one, this is my kitchen scale. I'll link this one if I can, and one like the other one that I lost, which I think may be a little cheaper than this one. You don't need anything expensive. $10 or cheaper. $10 for a little cheap scale, like a food scale. You need to weigh ounces, and that's all you need for Pirate Ship. Free website, a printer or access to a printer, and some type of food or shipping scale. Cheap. You don't need anything expensive, just something cheap. And if you have all that, great, you're ahead of the game. And this is if you know that you don't ship things very often and you don't mind paying extra because you don't have all this at home, then this is for people who ship, are in the exchanges, don't want to be paying extra for shipping, or they ship things on a regular basis. Okay, so first things first, get your Pirate Ship. This is not for letters. If you're sending a basic letter, you just get you some stamps, girl. You do not need to do all this. Stamps. Y'all know how to use stamps. I usually go and I buy like a book or a sheet of stamps and keep at home. And that's whenever I'm sending out like thank you cards. Stamps are 60 right now. Prices fluctuate. For forever stamp, I think it's 66 cents a stamp. Forever stamps, it doesn't matter if the price goes up on stamps, you can use these forever. You cannot send international with these stamps. You need an international stamp. that is this. International stamps are $1.50. These are for letters, paper, not packages. So if you're sending a thank you card internationally, get you a forever stamp. And this is shipping from the US, obviously. We're talking about USPS. So $1.50 for international stamps and 66 cents for domestic stamps. So if you have made friends in the Crystal Heart group with people who are in Australia, Canada, anywhere. I'm trying to think of who else I know. That's all I can think of right now. But if you made friends and you just want to send them a little thank you card, not thank you card, like a little card just to say hello. If it's that and everything in there is like paper, you can use international stamps. And that's like the cheapest way to send something international. That is paper, not for packages. That the price goes way up. As soon as it's not paper anymore, the price goes way up. Alright, so that's stamps, letters. You don't need pirate ship for that. Get you some stamps, girl. Go to the post office, buy you some stamps, and you're good. Or you stamps.com. I don't use them, but you can get stamps from stamps.com. Next, sending packages. This is when you're sending your orphan blocks to me, when you're sending your mug rugs, your swaps, your whatever, your pot holders, your trivets. At this point, we're moving into packages. This is not stamp worthy unless you can fit your stuff in an envelope. This is domestic. If you could fit it, like if you have a pot holder and you could fit it in an envelope and put stamps on it, you would need more than one stamp. At this point, you would need to weigh it and see how many stamps you need. But I do all packages through pirate ship. I don't use stamps whenever, if it's not a letter, I don't use stamps. So here's your options. A mailer like this. If you have these, you can ship in these. Or any little mailer. You can reuse your Amazon mailers. You can reuse, if like I've sent you something in this, or if you've bought something, you can reuse this. You can literally you can wrap your stuff in a Walmart bag with tape and use that as a mailer. Like you can mail anything. You can, I can put a label on this and mail this to you. Like you can use anything. But I buy these from You Pack and Ship for really cheap. But, you know, like I said, I run businesses where I have to use these. Let's pretend that I am mailing this piece of fabric to Joe Schmo. I would put it in here, whatever else I need in there. You always want to watch your weight. The lighter, the cheaper. So I'll put my stuff in there, seal it all up, weigh it. And let's say it comes up to 3.5 ounces. What you have to do is always round up. You always, if it's 3.1, if it's 3.2, you always count it as 4 ounces. So you always go up to the next ounce. So, okay, this is 4 ounces. I'll go into the pirate ship website. I'll enter all the information as far as the address of who I'm sending it to, where it's coming from, and then it'll ask you if it's a package or a box. If you use a mailer like this, it's usually cheaper than shipping in an actual box. But if you do use a box, find the smallest box that your item can fit in. The absolute smallest box, because the bigger the box, the more you pay. So you put your shipping, you put your, if it's a package, click package. It'll ask the dimensions, the size of the package. You want to use the smallest poly mailer. That's why I fold mine in half, because the bigger, the more expensive. So I'll fold it and make it as small as possible. Put the dimensions, put how much it weighs, and then pirate ship will give you a price. Everything under a pound, you see, USPS also has changed their shipping methods. So it used to be everything under a pound would ship first class, and everything a pound and over would ship priority. They did away with first class and now they have ground. It's called ground, and the pricing is a little bit different. But always, if it's under a pound, it'll be cheaper. So, but usually if you're sending fabric and things like that, it'll never hit a pound. That's why you need to get you that pirate ship, so that you're not paying all these extra pricing. So then they'll give me a price. It'll probably, for something like this, it'll probably be about $4 and some change, because they have gone up in pricing. I think $4.75 is the cheapest. It used to be that I could send something like this for $3 and change, but the pricing has gone up. So $4.75 is probably the cheapest that you can go. Then I know it's a lot of information, y'all, but you know, if you need to take notes, take notes. But I've been doing this for a while, so I know how to maneuver as I'm shipping. Then you have to also think about flat rate. And that's the thing about pirate ship that makes it kind of easy, is that they have the drop down menu. You could look at the flat rate prices and see if those prices are cheaper than using your own mailer, because with flat rate you'll have the flat rate packaging. So once you put your weight and everything, pirate ship will tell you the best way to ship. They'll give you USPS, maybe FedEx, and for sure UPS pricing. You pick what's cheapest for you with what you're sending. So flat rate. Flat rate comes in all kinds of packaging. You get these for free at the post office. Now, flat rate shipping, the prices on pirate ship for flat rate is cheaper than if you go into the post office, because pirate ship has a contract with USPS for their own pricing. So that's why I always use pirate ship. And I have all this packaging at home, but you can get it for free at the post office. You just walk in the post office. There's gonna be like a little display with all this packaging. It's free. You can go and pick, like, you can go get a stack of these and bring them home if you know that you're gonna be using these. The boxes, free. Go pick them up, keep them at home if you do a lot of shipping. Okay, but let's talk about pricing. This is not it. There is a flat rate envelope. I don't have any here, but the flat rate envelope is $9.65 to ship whatever you could fit in that flat rate envelope. And like I said, that's the USPS pricing. If you go on pirate ship, it'll be just a little bit cheaper, maybe like $1 cheaper or so. So this is why I use pirate ship. But if you don't use pirate ship and you go in, use those flat rates if it's cheaper for you. Next up is the flat rate mailer. This is the padded mailer. If you're sending things that you need some cushion, you don't want to, you know, you need a little protection. It has bubble. It's like a bubble mailer. This is $10.40 in the post office. Cheaper on pirate ship. You can put up to 70 pounds in this. So I think it's 70 pounds. Whatever you can fit in here and close it comfortably will go for $10. So if you're sending like a stack of fabric, you don't want to weigh stuff that's going to be like super heavy. Well, you do want to weigh it, but if it's more than $10.40 to send, then you want to get a padded mailer. Stuff it all in there and send it. And remember, this is all domestic, not international. The next thing is the small box. If you have something that's heavy but small, and you could fit in this little small box, this is $10.20, a little bit cheaper than the padded mailer. $10.20 for the small. So let's just say I was sending 2 iPhones, which is pretty heavy. It's gonna be more expensive if I just put it in a regular box and weigh it. It may be. You want to weigh things. That's the key. Weigh, get that scale and weigh. But $10.20 for a mailer, I mean for flat rate, for a small box. I didn't pull out the bigger boxes because they're all at the top of my closet. But for a medium box, I don't know the dimensions. If I remember to put it on the screen, I will. But otherwise, you can just get a medium box. Can fit a lot more. If you're sending something super heavy, you want that medium flat rate for $17.10. So this is like, we're not sending fabric at this point. We're sending like pounds of stuff. This is if you want to send pounds of stuff, and if you price it out and it's like $20-$30 to send it, get that medium flat rate. It's going to be $17.10 cheaper on pirate ship. You get these boxes at the post office for free. Large is a little bit larger than the medium. The size difference is not that big of a difference. So if you could fit it in the medium, fit it in the medium. But medium is much bigger than this small box. It's much bigger, taller, wider. Large flat rate is $22.80. This is if you're sending like something super heavy that cannot fit in the medium, cannot fit in the padded. Then you want to use the large, unless it's cheaper to send in your own box. And usually it's only cheaper to send in your own box if it doesn't weigh much. And always, if you're sending in your own box, smallest box you can possibly fit what you're sending in. Smallest box possible. We want to keep the weight down and the size of the package down. And then there's some other options. If you're sending books, magazines, DVDs, any type of media, you can use media mail. You could click that on pirate ship, or you can do that at the post office, I think. I'm sure. I don't see why not. And that's if you're sending like patterns and stuff. Patterns can fit in an envelope. But say you're sending like a stack of patterns, or a pattern book, or a pattern magazine, you can use media mail, much cheaper than regular mail. So always, if you can use the media mail, use the media mail. On pirate ship, there's also, if your item is small enough and weighs a certain amount, it will go cubic mail. Cubic mail is cheaper than regular. This is all USPS, but it's cheaper. So, but pirate ship will let you know that cubic is the cheapest way. That's why I like pirate ship. They'll tell you the cheapest. You can click cheapest or best or fastest. So I always usually click cheapest because they all usually take about the same amount of time to get wherever it's going. And the next thing I have on my list is how to weigh things. I already said it. Make sure, if it's 1 point whatever ounces, you go up to 2 ounces. If it's 2.3 ounces, you go up to 4 to 3 ounces. You always go up to the next ounce. Now, if you're at 15 point something, you have to go up to a pound, girl. You cannot say I have 15 ounces. You have to go up to that pound and pay that extra money, or take something out of that package, or use your flat rate, or do whatever you gotta do. Let's see. I'm looking at my little list to make sure I didn't forget anything. Now, international shipping is a whole nother beast, y'all. It's a whole nother beast. If you have to send international, that's where pirate ship also comes in handy. Because, and I'm going to tell y'all something that I did that y'all should not do. But I had to send something to one of the gyms, Janet. Hey, girl. You got your package, but if you didn't, I would have had to resend it. But Janet won a giveaway of a pattern and a keychain. So that keychain made things cost way more money. So when I priced it at home, shipping was like $15. When it said $15 to send a pattern and a keychain, I was like, oh man, this is not even worth $15. So I went to the post office thinking, okay, I did something wrong. The post office will tell me that it's cheaper. Well, I get to the post office and the guy is like, and it was in an envelope like this. I took it to the post office and the guy was like, because of the keychain in here, and he asked me if it was all paper. And I said, no, there's a keychain in there. And he said, well, because there's a keychain in there, you can't use the stamps. You have to get the price. So he told me the price was $20-something. I said, no, no, thank you. I'll go home and think about this. So I went home and I thought about it and I said, I'm going to risk it. And y'all don't do this. Don't do it. Don't do it. It might be mail fraud. I might be going to jail. But I went home and I put 2 international stamps on it. the international stamps, remember, are $1.50 each. I put 2 international stamps, so $3 worth of shipping, because the weight, that amount of shipping covered the weight of the package, but because it wasn't all paper, I was supposed to pay a lot more. But I figured if it doesn't go through, if they don't get it to her, I'll just then pay the amount and send it to her. But it got to her. So it got to her. But this is not how you do it. You're not supposed to do that. I just took a gamble and it got to her. But it also let me know that while shipping international, use pirate ship, because pirate ship was $5, maybe a little bit more, cheaper than going into the post office. And also, if you're shipping international and you can make it with a stamp, like using envelope and paper, try to do that. But if you can't, try to use pirate ship. It'll be cheaper than going in. International shipping, I have not mastered. It is it's a different beast and it's more expensive. So I think that's everything. If I have anything that I remember that I didn't put here, that I didn't say, I'll put it on a pinned comment, so check the comment section. Also, if y'all know something that I forgot, if you have any questions, put it in the comment section and I'll get to that. I think that's it. I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anything. Anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it that thumbs up. Also, if you're not in the Facebook group, the link is down below. Join the Facebook group. That's where we do the swaps, where all of this shipping will come in handy. So yeah, you have to be in the Facebook group for that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.